Right, welcome back to Black Country Blitz PC Gaming. Right, carrying on with the race from this morning. We're now at Brands Hatch, which is the second circuit here in Assetto Corsa Competizione. Right, nothing's changed from the settings, force feedback, button box, shaker kit, LEDs, TrackIR. The only thing that is to get underway. Now it's 15 minutes. Races, 7 opponents plus myself, as I can only run 8 on the track. So let's see what we do here at Brands Hatch. Now Brands Hatch, one of the tracks are frequent all the while. If I had to pick it manually, I probably wouldn't. I'll be honest with you, as I like Silverstone better. As when I got the Fanatec, Logitech wheel, certain corners on this track I was always messing up, and I will go through the turns as I get to them. Now of course, as we all start off, he's knocking me from the back then, he gave me a little nudge. So if I can just squeeze in behind these fellas, keep it nice and tight round corners. And I'm just coming up to the first bend that I struggle, or I used to, is this one. For some reason I wouldn't take this right. I probably still struggle a bit now, not as much, but I would end up on the right, on the grass, and then eventually into the railings. Again, it does help now. The wheel, the force feedback lets me know what's going on. Where it was hard to tell with the Logitech, even down to the braking of the pedals, with a little force feedback in these Fanatec pedals, it lets me know when the car's about to slide. Now, them behind me ain't that far, so if I do make a slight mistake, they am going to make me suffer for it. So my intentions is to keep up with this 3 or 4 cars in front. That way, if they make a mistake, I have the chance to overtake them. And again, I struggle with that sometimes, getting it down. This one, it's a brakey job. Come down to second gear, so I can sort of accelerate and keep just behind this Peugeot, I think it is. Again, coming up to the turn that I am 100% good at. Oh, I thought that says Peugeot, it's Pirelli. Nah, have I got, again he's blocked me from overtaking, which again, I ain't too bothered because I ain't trying to overtake him. I can if I get the chance, I will do it. But I ain't going to take no chances and be brave and think, right, I'm going to do it, because knowing me, I'll either skid, lose it, and that will cost me them extra 2 positions from the cars behind me. I know it, I've done it before, where I've tried to get a little bit too brave. Again, I know you've got to keep pushing yourself, because that's the only way you do learn. Again, at the end of the day, I am racing against these other 7. It's a hard track for me to find just where I'm going to find this place to overtake. If these 3 could overtake, what chance have I got? So if I can just keep where I am for the next 15 minutes, I'll be happy with this at Brands Hatch. As my next track coming up is Silverstone, and I love that track, to be fair. I could do that with my Logitech comfortably. So I do shine a little bit now on it with the Fanatec wheel, and again, I've got the F1 eSports wheel on and not the half round one that come with a bundle. I mean, that TrackIR on there, look at that. I can see when I'm turning into the corners. Couldn't do that with tail eye tracking, no way whatsoever. So for me, I mean, I was looking, I said this morning about VR headsets. Is it the Valve Voice Steam Index? I mean, £900 for a VR headset. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money just to say I've got a VR headset. Now I know there is other ones out there that are cheaper, but the review I watched from the Index one, it looked impressive. But again, I've got to ask myself, do I really want a VR headset when I've got something like this TrackIR that can do almost the same? It's just hardcore C the sides as I would with VR. He's going to overtake me behind here. I've got so much either get in front, because one slight mistake by me and he's going to overtake me. So I'm going to have to really try and keep my lead here from this car behind me. I mean, what I'm doing now, this would never happen, or never have happened with a Logitech. Not at all. I'm keeping just an eye on that rear view mirror as I go around these specific parts of the track. Again, trusting to be on my case in parts of the game when I'm struggling. So if I do get round, I've got 8 minutes. This is going to be a long 8 minutes for me, folks, I tell you that now. I'm trying to hold this position by the skin of my teeth and get a little bit of distance between these back cars, but of course without losing our car, and that's a bonus with them skidding. That's probably the only way that I was going to get past them other two, by the AR cars crashing themselves. As I feel Brands Hatch is a very hard track to find a place to overtake. There ain't many parts on the track where you can like open it up. As you just try to get onto the gas, you then find you mean to slow down for bends. Again, I do feel I've come around this one a little bit faster than I normally would. It's just to get a bit of distance between that blue car behind me. And I'm on these pedals like there's no tomorrow. Right, I'm only halfway, he says. There he comes, trying to overtake. I'm going to have to close him down. I'm going to have to let him go. I know. Oh, we got a little close to. Too close for my liking them. This is where I'm letting this race line very quickly. On the brakes a little bit too wide, should have got that a little bit tighter, but I ain't lost nothing, and I don't think that car behind me again from my little bit of a mistake then. Just get round this bend. I do, I'm like, oh come on, just let me get round it. Now I'm gaining a bit of distance from the car behind, and I'm also virtually behind this one. I'm doing better than I thought here I would at Brands Hatch. Again, some people know exactly when they've got to brake, some will even brake to take these corners. This is what I've got to learn, at what points I do definitely need to slap on the anchors. Whether it's just a little tap on the brakes or, you know, foot to the floor job here as I'll call it. Again,
gaining on the car ahead in sector 1.
No shit I am.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
Again, it's nice for him to say I'm doing my personal best laps. Holding on to that corner for dear life, trying to get as close as I can to them rumble strips. Again, just dropping back slightly, but again, just enough to keep that blue car moving away from some distance. Here we go again. I'm alright now, I'm through that bit of a tight turn as I'll call it. I know there is tighter bends on certain tracks. I wish I'd got enough straight now just to try and overtake him, but you just run out of straight here at Brands Hatch to find that point where I can overtake him. I'm just gonna slow down just a tad. The turning quite tight in there. I don't slow down so much. Coming through, I probably could go through that turn a little bit faster. Slap on the brakes a little bit coming down here. I'm surprised I ate none of them red poles that I'm standing on that corner.
Losing to the car ahead in sector 1.
Like I said when I started the race, if I do get a position, it's a bonus. Now, I'd expect, honestly, and on heart, I'd expect to do this well at Brands Hatch, due to the fact it's a track that'll race all the while. Oh, come on.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm trying to nail him, then I was trying to overtake him. I'm so tempted just to go for it, but knowing my luck I'd do it and end up crashing after racing for myself a fairly good competitive race. I don't want to spoil it now just by trying to get a little bit more confident than I normally would by overtaking him and losing it. I mean, the tyres are warmed up good and proper, nobody handling that. Force feedback AA getting thrown all over the place due to the fact of it. It's so intense. I could just imagine what it's like for the real drivers in this sport as they go around these tracks. Probably a lot faster than what I'm trying to achieve here. Oh, don't hit you. I don't want to hit you. I want to keep it clean. Let's just get around this dodgy bend, as I call it. It's just here where I sometimes struggle. Right, can we go for it? I'm going to go for it. I got now. I got the acceleration. Oh, come on.
Car on the left.
Have I got it? Have I got it?
Clear on the left.
Now, I'll try him next time if I've got enough time. I've got 1 minute 20 left to race here at Brands Hatch. And the pressure's on for me to try my best to overtake him. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, folks.
Okay, the leader is on the
wherever I am on the grid, this is where I'll stay. Probably be where I am now. The blue car at least has gone out of sight, which is a bonus because I thought that blue car that was behind me for so long was going to overtake me. I can just think I can see him coming over the brow of that bit of an hill what we've just gone down. Anyway, it looks like I've got one more lap here at Brands Hatch, so I've just got to hold on to it. And as I say in the game, bring this baby home.
Behind the car in front in sector 3.
Does he realise just how much I'm concentrating? I don't think this guy in the game does. Hey, it's a good job he's only a computer generated voice, because the concentration levels are right up there at the moment on this second race of 11 here in the Assetto Corsa Competizione. Right, the last time round that corner, which is all good. Again, I am going to try and take him on the last lap. It would be such a shame now to lose where I am on the grid, all for the sake of getting another position. I ain't sure whether I'm on the podium or not. If I am, then it is definitely a bonus.
The leader has finished the race.
Well, I ain't far away. Just a few more little turns, and I brought this baby home here at Brands Hatch. More geared up now for Silverstone, which is the next one. Last bend for the home straight, I think. Yeah, here's the finishing line, and that'll do me.
Alright mate, race is over. Good job, you did the best you could. Take it easy in the aim lab.
So it put me 5th on the grid. Again, I'd end up coming 8th where I expected myself to be. So without further ado, folks, I'm going to upload this now to YouTube.
We have some light damage.
And he's just at the back of me. He just there watching me brakes. Anyway, as we say here in the Black Country, ta-ra a bit.